Federal government says National Plan 2023-2025 will come with total investment of 144.8 billion naira in the Safe Schools initiative. On the stock market, three banks drive financial sector to 81.5% contribution to market turnover. Plus, oil prices climb on optimism over China's demand recovery. This is Business Express from the network service of the NTA, and we're reaching you from Abuja, the nation's capital. I am Musa Abubakar, your guide. Well, let's begin by telling you President Muhammadu Buhari has again put Nigeria and Africa forward in the global negotiations for economic growth, good governance, peace promotion, education and youth leadership. This is as Nigeria records wins at the just concluded U.S.-Africa Leadership and Business Forum in the United States of America. Benny Adams highlights some of the takeaways from the summit.
Coming from global rising inflation, food and climate crisis, political instability, and war, President Joe Biden of the United States of America says the world's superpowers cannot solve any of these without African leaders at the table.
African ideas and innovation helping to shape the solutions, and African population contributing to every step.
While at this table, African champion and President of Nigeria, Muhammadu Buhari, makes case for partnership in the attainment of Africa as a global powerhouse by the year 2063.
A secure and stable Nigeria is indispensable for overall peace and prosperity of not only the country but Africa.
He advocated stronger partnerships that will see to strengthening democracy, achieving Nigeria's energy transition plan, and adequate financing to curb climate crisis and bridging infrastructure gaps.
There can't be double standards where Western nations use their influence and weight to turn the taps of global financing for fossil fuel transactions, which are much needed by developing nations. Yet when they feel the pinch, they are quick to turn on their coal-powered plants.
With deep knowledge of African affairs, President Joe Biden believes that Africa's economic transition depends on good governance, healthy population, reliable and affordable energy. And, in a way of commendation, says President Muhammadu Buhari has done well and a model in deepening democracy not only in Nigeria but also in Africa.
And I am resolute in my determination to enable the conduct of free, fair, and transparent national elections whose outcome would be largely accepted to the contestants.
Speaking to corporate America, President Buhari insists that Nigeria remains the best destination for American investors to put their money.
As the most populous country and largest economy in Africa, there is no doubt that Nigeria remains Africa's largest single consumer market, projected to account for over 15% of overall growth in Africa's spending by 2025.
In line with the plan for clean and reliable energy supply, job creation, knowledge and technology transfer, Nigeria and a U.S. company, Sun Africa LLC, agreed to development, engineering, procurement, and construction of 5,000 megawatts of solar generation, among others.
This big contract was signed. That may see the American government investing up to $10 billion US in that sector, providing about 5,000 megawatts of power to 15 states of the Federation and the FCT. And also another segment of it is the provision of off-grid, solar power supply to about 360 communities in the 36 states of the Federation. So it's a massive one, because if you look at what 5,000 megawatts of power can do to Nigeria today, it's almost as much as power availability to our homes and factories.
At the end, the Biden-led administration put in $55 billion in the basket for Africa to draw from, in which Nigeria plans to draw a substantial amount from. Just as the U.S. Corporate Council on Africa-Nigeria Business and Investment Forum reaffirmed their confidence and commitment to deepening their business interest in Nigeria. In Abuja, Benny Adams, NTA News.
The Pension Transitional Arrangement Directorate, PTAD, has paid a total of 12.393 billion naira, representing 15 months settlement of inherited unfunded pension liabilities to 11,145 NITEL MTEL pensioners. Executive Secretary of PTAD, Shoma Ejikeme, explained that the 15 months payment is part of the outstanding 63 months of inherited unfunded pension liabilities to NITEL MTEL pensioners, leaving a balance of 48 months yet to be settled. In 2018, and after 12 years of uncertainty post-privatization, PTAD onboarded ex-workers of NITEL or MTEL to the monthly pension payroll in fulfillment of President Muhammadu Buhari's commitment to ensuring that all eligible pensioners get their entitlements at the onset. The inherited unfunded pension liability for the NITEL MTEL stood at 84 months. She said so far, the President Muhammadu Buhari-led government through PTAD has cleared 36 months out of the inherited arrears as follows: 1 month in 2019, 6 months in 2020, 14 months in 2021, and 15 months in 2022. The African Export-Import Bank, Afrexim Bank, has operationally launched the Afrexim Bank Trader Club in Cairo, aimed at empowering international businesses and executives to transform trade and investments in Africa through trusted trade intelligence and advisory services. According to Afrexim Bank, Trader Club will deliver innovative digital tools and networking opportunities, helping members to markets, grow their business, save time, access dedicated expert support, post and respond to new business opportunities, network, meet business, trading partners, and more. Trader Club is anchored by Afrexim Bank Trade Intelligence Solutions Unit, conceived to address one of the key barriers to intra-African trade. The National Plan on Finance and Safe Schools 2023-2025 will come with total investment of 144.8 billion naira. Minister of Finance, Budget and National Planning Zainab Ahmed, at the launch of the plan in Abuja, said the federal government has made a provision of 15 billion naira in 2023 budget for this course, leaving a funding gap of 13.6 billion naira in 2023, expected expected to be filled by state governments, agencies, the private sector and development partners interested in supporting Nigeria. Leah Katumba reports.
Ibrahim Chubado was a student of the Federal Science and Technical College Minchika, Adamawa State until 2014, when Boko Haram terrorists paid them a visit.
We left our villages, we were displaced, no school, the schools were closed, so we have to relocate.
Today he is a 400-level student of Information Management and Technology at the Modibo Adamawa University. He is a product of the Safe School initiative, which transferred him and about 30 others to FGC Kwali in Abuja. Adamawa, Borno, and Yobe states have had the learning environment badly affected by the activities of terrorists for many years.
The extent to which the current security challenges affect the education sector is an open secret, which has resulted in our education sector being under siege.
The National Plan for Financing Safe Schools proposes 32.58 billion naira in the year 2023, 36.98 billion naira in 2024, 37.15 billion naira in 2025, and 38.03 billion naira in 2026.
In the meantime, areas where the security agencies say the risks are too high, the plan is to relocate the schools into city centers by expanding existing schools to take more students, because safety is important. And also, children that are going to school from very far distance are also exposed to a lot of risk in terms of the daily commute that they have to do. So parents are being encouraged to move their children to areas where the schools are safer.
This initiative seeks to make the environment for teaching and learning safe for all.
Sure that the school environment is protected, the children are also protected, the teachers are protected, the facilities are also protected.
The National Plan on Financing Safe Schools was launched alongside the National Policy on Safety, Security and Violence-Free Schools, and Minimum Standards for Safe Schools. In Abuja, Leah Katumba today.
Now, the conversation is the effect of ongoing monetary reforms at the Central Bank of Nigeria as it affects MSMEs. There's borders on limits to withdrawals, the Naira redesign and the e-Naira. Abraham Orupe is a digital marketing expert with Google Digital Skill for Africa and a former banker and MSME expert. You're welcome to Business Express.
Thank you for having me here, and wonderful to be here.
Okay. Yeah. Okay, there's so much talk about the Naira redesign. Then we have the withdrawal limit thing.
Yeah.
So what do you make of that in relation to MSMEs now?
I so much believe it's a hasty decision.
Why?
Okay, reason being that doing the right thing at the wrong time put us in things like this. There's one thing, doing the right thing at the right time, you get the result.
What makes it the wrong time? You said the right thing at the wrong time.
In the sense that why so much rush in doing this without no prior notice and preparation for that? Okay, I'll take myself for example. I have a poultry farm. And I have people that come there to buy from me. And these people don't have smartphones to make the transfers and co. You get the big picture now. And we have been saying that by January 9, everybody, these are the withdrawal limits. So if now a crate of egg today out there is 2,000 naira per crate, I'm trying to bring to the common man how this affects the common man in the street.
This common man we are talking about, is this the one in the village or the one that we share the same street?
Let's start from the one in the urban center. Village, even everywhere. Okay, let's put something now. It was saying now that daily withdrawal limit is 20,000 naira. In a week, 100,000 from the ATM and POS. So let's now initiate down now. How will these people that don't have this access to this internet banking transact?
That means they have limited withdrawal. But you that have the smartphone, you have USSD,
Yes.
you can still make transactions.
Okay, now.
That does not mean that you cannot just have access
No,
and
I'm not
make
talking about
transactions.
myself now.
Yes.
I'm bringing a practical example out here. Okay, I have some persons that buy and sell, and these people don't even have access. They won't have it. They have bank account, but most of them use this, let's say Nokia 3310 to just receive call. So what is the cost of getting an average digital, what I call it now, smartphone? Is above 30 to 40,000 naira. I want to take the money from his business to go get that phone because they want to do transfer.
Okay, don't forget.
let's
Don't forget the fact that there is the e-naira.
Yes.
You can open an e-wallet,
Sure.
and you can have a very small. That's your, the normal small phone that everybody have. You understand, and you can still do business using USSD.
Sure. Okay. What is the orientation? What is the public awareness to that e-naira?
I think it's been going on.
If we go to the street now,
are you saying you're not aware of the e-naira?
I'm aware. No, I'm aware. I've read about it. I understand how it works. But the next man next door, how many persons are aware of this e-naira that knows the process, the procedure to go through this thing? That is a big question.
Okay.
So if you are doing a policy, you look at it in a range of, okay, out of, let's say, 100 million, let's say we have about 220 million Nigeria, 220 million Nigeria. Out of these 220, how many persons understand the ABC for this? Have you been translated to Hausa, Igbo, Yoruba?
Yeah, the e-naira thing.
Yes, good.
Yeah.
So how many persons have taken time to have they make time to read through this to understand how it works? No.
Okay,
that gap
you
is
as
there.
an MSME
Yes.
expert, it's also your responsibility to actually
Sure,
educate this
sure, but
or should we wait until these people get phone or decided to go
No.
to the bank and open an account? Should we wait?
No, we don't have to wait.
So what are we saying?
We're saying this.
That this is the wrong time?
No.
When is the right time?
The right time should be proper prep of preparing people's minds. Okay, in the next 6 months, in the next 7 months, X, Y, Z will happen. Then people get prepared.
But
for
you
that.
agree with me that it has to start somewhere.
Yes, but not just waking up.
Okay,
and
let's
starting
talk
it.
about the possible impact on those
Okay.
MSMEs. I mean, on MSMEs, the Naira redesign. Then we talk about the cashless policy. How does it impact the MSMEs? And you're also a Google digital, is it marketer?
Yes.
Yeah. So how would that impact on
Okay.
small ends?
Okay, from the angle of redesigning of the Naira, to me, I really did not see the need to redesign.
Let's talk about the cashless policy.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay, financial policy, you see, starting from January, now that corporate bodies can only withdraw 500,000, individual 100,000. Is the right step to the right direction for that? Because from what the CBN gave out from their data, that out of 3.2 trillion naira in circulation, about 2.7 trillion are outside the bank vault. So with that now, that shares that, okay, with this cashless policy, you see videos viral on social media, you see money being kept that is being, these are money that should be in the system, but people are holding it. So with this cashless policy,
lost to investment.
It's lost to investment, which would have been in the system, but people are holding this thing. So with this cashless policy, I can say that is a check on the list already, because you could see the effect already bringing this on board. Then why directly to businesses, it has the impact of maybe more of, I'll look at it from the other aspect of most transactions don't even go through. There's some transfers you make from bank to bank. It takes the next day for people to even get the value credit of those things. So those are the wide range that might have a negative impact on this. There are some transactions you do, the next day you get your alert. You don't even know if you have been debited or not. So if the woman in the market, in Garaki market, in Use market, you are saying, let me transfer your 2,000 naira or 5,000 naira to you, right there, the app is not working or something, she won't let you go.
Okay, now will this guarantee availability of money in the bank so that these small and medium scale enterprises can actually access at a low interest rate? Will it?
even the low interest rate, most SME just believe that in bank, forget, don't just go bank to loan, don't just bother. And because, you understand, because there's this gap and disconnection between the institutions and these business owners, that they just believe anything that the government does not support you. But there are so many windows from the government supporting businesses.
The government does not support you.
No, I say most of these MSME believe that the government does not support, but I can say there are many windows from the government, like the CBN, Smith loans and co, that support businesses. But because there's a gap in orientation, so people believe that don't just go there. So the bank own is don't go that direction. So even though the money is being recouped back to the banking system with affordable interest rates for the MSMEs, what is the orientation? What is the gap? What is the output there to that you can access XYZ at this rate to help your small business? That is still the same to fall back to.
Okay. Thank you very much, Abraham Orukbe, a digital marketing expert with Google Digital Skill. Thank you for sharing your thoughts.
Thank you so very much for your time.
It's a pleasure.
I appreciate it.
Now moving on, the Federal Ministry of Agriculture said that the country was able to rake 1.5 billion naira from the concession of 17 silos in the country.
The Federal Ministry of Agriculture haven't carried out due diligence on our silo facilities. We found out that yes, it will cost well over 265 billion to stock the silos that is under federal government. And 17 of these silo complexes were now concession to the private sector within a period of 10 years with good, stringent agreement that if they are not performing, those that are ready to perform will be given. And this idea brought about an upfront revenue realization of 1.3 billion.
Now let's join Bossede Abel for an update on global market.
Hello and welcome to the Global Market Review. Now last week, Friday, stocks on Wall Street traded their second consecutive week of losses for the first time since September. However, reverse seems to be the case as stocks rose Monday. Investors also struggled to shake off recession fears. Futures tied to the Dow Jones Industrial Average gained 1.24%. S&P 500 and Nasdaq also appreciated. European markets were cautiously higher on Monday, coming off a losing week as hawkish comments from major central banks signaled further monetary policy tightening in 2023. DAX rose 0.67%, FTSE 0.53%, and CAC 40 also topped 0.80%. Asia markets on their own part traded lower, with greater Chinese markets leading losses in the region despite government's pledges to stabilize the economy in 2023. The Shanghai Composite dipped 1.92% at 3,107.11. The Hang Seng Index depreciated 0.50% across 19,352.81, and the Nikkei was not left out. It dipped 1.05% across 27,237.64. African markets opened mixed. Tunisia's Tunidex posted 0.11% gains. Ghana was marginal, while Namibia's overall index and South Africa's JSE Africa Top 40 traded bearish. That's the Global Markets Review. I am Bossede Abel.
Thank you, Bossede. Well, that's it on Business Express. Business Express returns Tuesday at 9:30 a.m. I'm Musa Bukar. Thanks for your company.